Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Co-Train. Cause it's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. I was sorry. I was listening to some more before I made this video. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this channel. This is gonna be a different type of video. Universe Mode Stories, episode number 2. Bringing it back. Episode number 2. I'm gonna call this one. We talk about where did the Bayley, the greatest woman of all time, how did I come up with it? Where did it come from? What's the story behind it and stuff like that. I want to give you guys some more content. As I noticed that a lot of people have been clamoring for videos as we prepare for WrestleMania in Las Vegas and prepare for NXT Takeover Las Vegas. So I'm gonna be doing some little story times because I love running my mouth. So I mean, 10, 15 minute story times won't hurt y'all. And we're gonna be posting on Deshaun today. I'm gonna be posting on this channel today, so make sure you guys stay tuned. I got 2 videos coming on Deshaun and 2 videos on this channel today as well to give you guys some content and while you guys wait on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, etc. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Bayley and the greatest woman of all time gimmick. Now, some of you all know this story, some of you guys don't. If you're new, you don't know what this is all about. Some of you all don't even know why this was a thing. So this was back around WWE 2K17 Universe Mode when I first came on YouTube. I wanted to be different from everybody else, and everybody gonna say, "Oh, Coach, I'm being different." That's a thing I always say in my Discord. But if you haven't already joined our Discord, by the way, um, but I used to, I wanted to be different from everybody else, and everybody had Bayley as a baby face. Now, if you know 2K17, Bayley was still a face. She was red hot as a face, white hot as a face around that time, as NXT was on that come up. And NXT was really being the NXT of today, getting there, as the years went on. So she was red hot as a baby face at the time. This was before, I believe this was before she got called up to the main roster, or I believe it was. I think it was after. It had to be after she was called up to the main roster because this was around like 2016, so she was on the main roster at this point. And they just had that. I think around WrestleMania 32, I started thinking about turning heel while I was doing Universe Mode offline, and I wanted to present a different Bayley from everybody else. I wanted to present a Bayley that has not been seen before, and wanted to test the waters and try something new. Now, you all know that Bayley's a heel in 2020, but around 2016, she was not a heel. She was a red hot babyface. Um, and I made the decision to turn her heel to not showcase the same Bayley as everybody else was showcasing. Admittedly, I thought that babyface Bayley was kind of getting boring to me. I really at the time, at first, I did not like babyface Bayley. It took a lot to get into those wacky inflatable armpits things. I, I just, it took me a long time to get used to her as a babyface. And as the years grew on, I got used to it, and I am loving what she is right now as a heel, the role model gimmick. It reminds me so much of the greatest woman of all time. Um, but I wanted Bayley as a heel, but I wanted her to be a heel that stands out. I wanted her to be a heel when every time you hear her say something, you get mad. You put angry emojis in the chat. You put angry emojis in the comment section. You like, why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? I can't wait for her to get her comeuppance. I can't wait for her to get beaten. You know what I'm saying? I wanted you to feel that energy when she came out. So I created the greatest woman of all time gimmick. Um, it was basically from the start a egomaniac prick that said that I'm better than everybody, every single one of you, and you can't do nothing about it. It was out of the norm. Bayley turned on Sasha Banks. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people say that, oh, you don't tell long-term stories. But you guys wasn't watching around this time. I could pull up the footage. Bayley turned on Sasha Banks. She turned on Sasha Banks. She turned on her. She stabbed her best friend in the back. She said, screw Sasha Banks, threw her to the curbside, and she turned her back on her best friend, and she turned her back on the fans, because she said that, she was tired. She was tired of being held back. She was tired of being held down, because at the time Bayley went on a losing streak. It was a big old losing streak, and the fans just saying, "Hey, we want some Bayley." She felt the fans' energy was holding her back. She wanted to be her own woman, and then Sasha Banks just kept comforting her and comforting her every single time. Saying that it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get a W, and she felt like Sasha Banks was just there to just pick up the pieces of a broken down Bayley. The story was there. She turned on her best friend. She turned on the fans. She said, "Screw the fans." You know, and she sought out to prove that she is one of the greatest women to ever step foot in in the WWE. That led to the feud with Trish Stratus. That led to the feud with Lita, which she beat both of those women, two of the greatest of all time, and one-on-one action. She beat them at big pay-per-views. You know, they came back. I put them. I put Bayley over twice against both of them. I put them, but both of them got put over. So, you know, it had everything you need to have, and the seeds were planted for the eventual heel turn, you know, and that's how everything went down. And then I just put the tagline, "I'm the greatest of all time." I thought it was catchy, and I thought it was going to be, oh, every time you hear "I'm the greatest of all time," I just want to slap this chick in the face, because she's not the greatest woman of all time. Most people don't think that, because at the time Bayley was just a couple months into a run in real life, maybe a good year in. How is she the greatest woman of all time? And I'm playing on television in universe mode. She's only been there for a few months, maybe about 6, 7, 8 months at this period, because she was brought in 2K16, and I debuted in 2K16, and 2K17 she was in there for about a good year. How is she the greatest woman of all time? How? The seeds were planted, everything was planted the right way, and that's how Bayley became the greatest woman to ever step foot inside of the ring, and that's how the gimmick was played off on TV. Now, fast forward to today, she still has that gimmick. It's over as you don't know what. I've done a lot with her, and I'm proud of what I've done with her. And I'm really, really excited to see where the future goes with her, as with that gimmick, and with her, and how she's putting that gimmick off and showcasing it, and the growth of the heel character. I'm really proud of how I got that gimmick over, because most of you fell in love with that gimmick, and that made, at the time, SmackDown in 2K18 and 19 was the best brand in the universe mode. It was. Bayley made SmackDown. Bayley made SmackDown. That gimmick transferred to her, creating the greatest coalition. Underlings of Bayley, as some of you guys say, they were brainwashed to serve the greatest. That the gimmick transferred into having her get her own group, and then you seen it grow and grow and grow until now you really want her to get her comeuppance. And now you're seeing the downfall of the greatest coalition. Her empire is just falling piece by piece by piece by piece. And Sasha Banks, she don't forget. Sasha Banks might have joined Bayley. Sasha Banks might have been Bayley's best friend again, even though Bayley stabbed her in the back. Because again, Sasha Banks was manipulated into coming back into the system of Bayley, as you've seen over the last few months. But Banks won the Royal Rumble, and Banks said, "I'm tired." Banks said, "Enough is enough. I want my hands on Bayley. I want her at WrestleMania Las Vegas." And that's exactly what you're getting. I mean, it sounds like Cat Williams. That's exactly what you were getting. Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship, live and sold out in WrestleMania Las Vegas. It pretty much was a perfect storm. 3 games of build. 3 games of build to this one match. Bayley has fought some of the greatest women ever. Ronda Rousey, one of the fastest rising superstars in my series. She's fought Trish Stratus. She's fought Lita. She's beaten all of them. She's beaten all of them. But Sasha Banks hasn't forgotten what she did to her. Sasha Banks hasn't forgotten from 2K17 when Bayley turned on her. Who they were best friends. They trusted each other so much, and Bayley turned on her. She turned on her. And now 3 games later, they got a WrestleMania match. Their first ever WrestleMania match in my series history. They're fighting each other for the first time at WrestleMania. It's a perfect storm. Banks won the Royal Rumble. Second annual Women's Royal Rumble winner. The second woman to ever do that behind Ronda Rousey. It's a perfect storm that's happening right now. The seeds are planted. Everything is planted for this WrestleMania Las Vegas match. 3 games of build. 3 games of build is going down for this WrestleMania Las Vegas match. Will the Empire fall? We will find out at WrestleMania Las Vegas. Let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. Let me know let me know your thoughts on that story of how the greatest woman of all time came together. If you guys want to hear any more stories about people coming together, I got another one about King Dar. A funny story right there. We'll talk about that one in just a second. And you'll get that one later on today as well. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy it, hit that like button, subscribe channel down below. Do all of that fun little things. I appreciate every single last one of you. Let's make July the best month, biggest month of the series of the channel's history. We got Judgment Day for Universe Mode War in July. We got WrestleMania Las Vegas potentially. We got NXT TakeOver Las Vegas in July. And then we got so much other stuff coming in July, man. Let's make July the biggest month in Universe Mode, the biggest month in the channel history. Maybe the best month ever. Let's get that 100,000 views that I've been clamoring for the last couple of months. Let's get that 1K view. We need 5,000 more views for 100,000 views, total views for the channel. So let's get that as well. Keep sharing, like this video. Please share this on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, everything you have. Share this video. Let's get as many eyes as possible on WrestleMania Las Vegas. I've been your host, Coltrane. If you need any Universe Mode advice, check out our Universe Mode advice playlist. If you need anything from me, comment down below. DM me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. DM me. Ask me questions, comments, or concerns. Do all of that fun stuff. And remember to be glorious at everything, single thing you do. And I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya.